Breaking news for you at this hour. A Terre Haute firefighter at the center of a child molestation investigation will soon learn his fate with the department. Good afternoon. I'm Sarah Lehman in for Susan Dinkle. It's Wednesday, October 9th. Late this afternoon, News 10 received details about an executive session with the Terre Haute Fire Merit Commission. Fire Chief Jeff Fisher says that meeting is to discuss Roger Plunkett II. The departmental investigation into Plunkett is now complete. That's just for violations of rules and regulations with the department. Fisher tells us he's confident moving forward and recommending Plunkett be terminated on those terms. The executive session is set for Thursday, October 24th at 6 p.m. at City Hall. Now, the criminal investigation is ongoing. Plunkett faces 5 child molestation charges. He's accused of molesting 2 victims. Court records show the abuse spanned from 1998 to 2005. Plunkett has been suspended with pay since his arrest on September 4th. At this hour, he remains in the Vigo County Jail on $100,000 bond. A bail review hearing is set for next Thursday.
There seems to be a joint agreement between the commissioners and the council to move forward with this project, and that's what I think we need to do.
Knox County leaders are taking steps to expand their jail and fight a growing problem. News 10 Bureau Chief Gary Bryan is live. He tells us what steps the council and sheriff's office are taking to address the issue.
Sarah, I'm here at the Knox County Jail. This building could see an expansion. The sheriff tells me that right now all 200 beds are full. When the jail was constructed, it was designed for the possibility of expansions. That's exactly what Sheriff Doug Vantlin spoke about last night at the county council meeting. He says an expansion could double the jail side to 400 beds. The discussion has already gone before the commissioners. The next step is how to pay for the expansion. The council is proposing an increase in local income tax increase by 2/10. Vantlin says that increase would supply roughly $800,000 per year to pay for the expansion. However, before that increase can be voted on, a public hearing will be held on October 24th.
It's come to the point we need to do something. The jail's going on 12 years and we have to have some updates. So if we don't build on, then yes, there's going to have to be a lot of money spent in updating and getting some things fixed back there.
At the council meeting, many spoke in favor of the expansion. Now, earlier today, I got the chance to speak with Doug Vantlin. At the top of the hour, I'll talk to the sheriff about why he believes this expansion is needed. Live in Vincennes, Gary Bryan, News 10.
A local business in the Terre Haute community is shutting its doors. After 92 years, Nasser's Furniture is closing. While the final day of business has not yet been announced, store owners Susan and Moses Nasser say they expect it to be within the next 30 to 60 days. Susan says her husband's health is declining and she needs to help care for him. She says it's a bittersweet moment.
We have the most fantastic customers and repeat customers, and people are just so nice to deal with in this area. Just very down to earth, wholesome, I'm going to miss them a lot.
The store is offering sales on all in-stock inventory. New information for you at this hour about the former International Paper property for sale. We first reported on this story for you about 2 weeks ago. The deadline for proposals to buy the property is Friday. The Vigo County Commissioner's Office says they've seen a lot of interest in the 62-acre property. News 10's Dominic Miranda spoke with city leaders today. He joins us now with an update on how things are going.
Sarah, I spoke with County Commissioner Brendan Kearns today about the massive property you see behind me. A lot of work has been done since the last time we spoke to market these 62 acres. Here's the update. Commissioner Kearns told me he has personally reached out to 10 different companies. They include the likes of amusement parks, indoor water parks, large campground operations, several music venues, and even 2 people that are involved in multi-youth athletics complexes. Kearns is trying to make it as attractive as possible and stresses the possibilities for this property are endless. He has received responses saying it's a great opportunity, but maybe not right for the specific company at this time. Kearns says there must be a compromise between both sides to ensure what's best for Vigo County.
What we have to do is see what they want, and then we just got to maintain or find a good balance to make sure that our decision is what's best for the community as a whole.
Remember, the proposal's deadline is this Friday at 10 for potential investors to submit what they want to do with this property. Coming up at 6, I'll tell you how the commissioners feel about that and what will happen after that date and how the commissioners are feeling about the future. Reporting live in Terre Haute, I'm Dominic Miranda, News 10.
Warmer weather could be on the way. Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Orpert is standing by in the Weather Center. Kevin, what should we expect?
Well, it is going to get warmer. It's not going to be as chilly tonight as it was last night. Well, once again, we dropped into the lower 40s. So it's a pretty nice day today. A few more clouds today compared to what we had yesterday. Temperature-wise, it's really nice. 75 degrees, 77 Sullivan. Temperature in the 70s all across the breadth of the News 10 viewing area. And the wind right now is out of the southeast. In Terre Haute 9, Linton 6, Washington, Lagodi 7 miles per hour. And the dew point is a comfortable 52 degrees. So when I come back, I'll let you know about this rain that could be headed our way.
Several developing stories across the globe at this hour. Turkish airstrikes continue in northern Syria. The Turkish president ordered the operation, saying it's to remove the threat of terror against his country. Aircrafts are bombing Kurdish areas of northern Syria. The bombings are reportedly targeting civilians. President Trump removed U.S. forces from the area earlier this week. Since then, Turkey has been sending troops to the area ahead of today's planned attack. At least 2 people are dead following a shooting in eastern Germany. Authorities are not confirming the attack targeted worshipers, but Jews around the world are marking Yom Kippur, the holiest day on the Jewish calendar. One suspect has been arrested. Officials say roughly 80 people were inside the synagogue at the time of the shooting. 10 of them were Americans. A new educational opportunity in Vigo County is proving to be a big success. We're talking about the Vigo Virtual Success Academy. It allows students to finish their education outside of a traditional classroom. In this afternoon's Education Alert, News 10's Jada Huddleston shares the story of 2 students enrolled and how it's benefiting them.
For whatever reason, the traditional school setting may not be for everyone. The virtual schooling option is allowing students to still get an education on their own terms. I spoke with the Layton sisters today. They shared how dropping out of high school and joining this virtual school is making a difference.
Abigail and Bridget Layton are sisters who are both enrolled at the virtual school. They both dropped out of high school their senior year and plan to get their GED. That's when they found out about another option to finish their education.
My old principal told me about it, so I was like, might as well get a real diploma. So that it helped me out a lot. It's just a lot easier to do, and it's like on my own free time. You do an hour of class every day, and it's just very convenient.
Things like work and taking care of a baby are just some of the things on the Layton's to-do list. But they still make sure they've got plenty of time to get their schoolwork done.
I'll wake up in the morning and do a couple hours if I can, because it's supposed to be, an hour class, and I'll do a couple hours there, and then because at work I have an hour lunch, and I'll do an hour there, and then when I get home, I'll do the rest.
I mostly do it when he's sleeping. Whenever he's asleep, I'm usually on it.
As they near graduation, walking across the stage is the only thing on their minds.
I'm excited. I'm really excited.
My mom's more excited than anybody. They'll be the first kids out of 5 to graduate.
The Layton sisters hope other students take this option into consideration when it comes to finishing their education.
You should at least try. If you don't like it, I mean, you really would. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's awesome, and I don't understand why nobody would, but it's a great option if you decide to leave public school.
Like if you just can't go to school, like medical reasons, depression, anxiety, or anything, anybody can do it.
Now, if you think the virtual school could be an option for you, I'll have more on how you can get enrolled and just how successful it's been so far. Coming up when News 10 at 6. Sarah, back to you.
It may only be the second week of October, but Catholic Charities' Christmas store is already gearing up for the holidays, and they need your help. The store will serve roughly 500 families this season. They're still in need of a few items, including kids' underwear and socks, men and women's pants, and household items. You can drop off donations to the Bethany House. They're located at 1402 Locust Street in Terre Haute. A full list of store needs can be found over on our website. That's WTHI-TV.com. There are new concerns over e-cigarettes when it comes to air travel, and it's not just health related. That story a bit later, but first.
There's an insect that you may be seeing more of with the changing of the seasons. That story is coming up live on News 10 First at 5.
When it comes to the fall season, usually bugs start to go away, but this time of year, there's one specific pest you may see more often. Storm Team 10's Chris Piper is live in the field. He's here to tell us more about these pesky insects.
Sarah, no doubt you've probably already seen a few stink bugs this year. This is the time of year when they tend to thrive, and because of that, I did some digging. Today I talked to Dr. Peter Coppinger. He teaches biology at Rose-Hulman. He says stink bugs are low-flying, slow-moving bugs. While they really don't cause any harm to us, they can be a little annoying. For example, if you vacuum up, they will actually start to stink. Coppinger says some of the more common places you see them are in houses. He says that's simply because this time of year, they're trying to keep warm.
Because this is the time of year that it gets cooler and they want to hibernate for the winter. So they will find your attic and stay there over the winter.
Now stay tuned. Coming up on News 10 at 6, I'll let you know if there's any way that you can get rid of these bugs. Reporting live in Terre Haute, Chris Piper, Storm Team 10.
Well, chances of rain could be on the way, and hopefully that will make the stink bugs go away. Storm Team 10's Chief Meteorologist Kevin Orpert is here to tell us when we should break out those umbrellas.
Oh, I would have them handy around Friday. Now, when I come back, we'll take a look at the Storm Team 10 Futurecast, and we'll see what that has to tell us. Coming up right here on News 10 First at 5 on WTHI. You know, it's coverage you can count on.
Lithium batteries are in most of our computers and phones, but there are new concerns over e-cigarettes when it comes to air travel. The president of the largest flight attendant union wants the FAA to ban the products from planes because the batteries could be a fire hazard. Chris Van Cleve has today's Consumer Alert report.
Spare lithium-ion batteries sparked this fire in February aboard a Delta flight while it sat at the gate. Those batteries are in e-cigarettes like this one that went up in flames in the TSA line at Charleston, West Virginia's airport. And here, another fire at the air Savannah, Georgia last year. A quick-thinking TSA officer removed a smoking bag from security. The cause? The battery for a vape pen. FAA reports from 1991 through this August show at least 48 e-cigarette-related smoke or fire incidents at airports or on planes. That's more than laptops and tablets, cell phones, battery chargers, or spare batteries. This FAA test video shows why lithium-ion batteries have been banned in checked luggage. If a battery fails and enters what's called thermal runaway, it can burn so hot the plane's fire suppression system can't put it out.
A lithium-ion battery fire on a plane can be catastrophic.
Sarah Nelson, the president of the Association of Flight Attendants, says flight attendants have become firefighters on planes, and the FAA needs to do more.
How about we just not have these e-cigarettes on the plane at all?
But Mark Millam from the Flight Safety Foundation says while batteries from e-cigarettes are a great concern on planes, more information is still needed before an outright ban makes sense.
A ban could happen when there's the right information that's understood about it.
And those lithium-ion batteries are in pretty much all of our mobile devices. The FAA tells CBS News in a statement it has clear regulations on the safe transport of lithium-ion batteries. E-cigarettes, vape pens, and spare batteries must be transported in carry-on bags only. The agency adds because of the wide variety of battery issues that can occur, it's important that airlines have the flexibility to assess and address the risks involved in each individual situation. The inventors of the lithium-ion battery were just awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Reagan National Airport, Virginia.
Flight attendants are trained to handle battery fires. Many planes have fire-resistant bags that can hold a smoldering or flaming device. Stay with us. News 10 will be right back. Let's take a look at today's top 5 at 5. A Terre Haute firefighter facing multiple child molestation charges will soon learn his future with the department. Roger Plunkett II is set to face the Terre Haute Merit Commission on October 24th. The departmental investigation is now complete. That focuses on rules and regulations. Fire Chief Jeff Fisher says he's confident in recommending that Plunkett be terminated on those terms. The criminal investigation is ongoing. Plunkett faces 5 molestation charges dating back to 1998. He remains in the Vigo County Jail on $100,000 bond. Knox County leaders are considering a local income tax increase. The increase would be for 0.2 of a cent. While it's a small increase, it would help to pay for an expansion of the Knox County Jail. Sheriff Doug Vantlin says the jail continues to be overcrowded. An expansion would double its capacity. The Vigo County Commissioners provided News 10 with an update on the former International Paper property. Commissioner Brendan Kearns has personally reached out to different companies to market how attractive this location is. They include amusement parks, indoor water parks, and even youth athletic complexes. The commissioners want to bring in something unique that will benefit the community. The deadline for proposals from potential investors is this Friday at 10. It's a bittersweet time at Nasser's Furniture in Terre Haute. After 92 years, the store is closing. Susan and Moses Nasser are the owners. Susan says she needs to stay home and take care of Moses as his health has recently declined. They tell News 10 they appreciate the support of the community over the years and will miss their customers. The business is expected to close in the next 30 to 60 days. The Virtual Success Academy in Vigo County is helping students further their education in a unique way. It allows students to finish school outside of a traditional classroom. News 10 sat down with 2 students who say this has been the perfect match for them to get a diploma on their own terms. Coming up at the top of the hour, you'll hear just how successful this is and how you can get enrolled. And that headline wraps up today's Top 5 at 5.
Pretty nice day today.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Now, I have to be here all night, but after, you can probably leave, right?
No, I gotta go do other stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
gotta go out to Clay County.
Okay, well, tell them all I said hello.
I will.
81 degrees, more clouds tomorrow, and warmer, too.
All right, well, thank you for joining us.
We'll see you again at the top of the hour for News 10 at 6.
Have a great evening.
For the most local news, every newscast, every day, you can depend on News 10. Coverage